Thank you for watching Naturally Healing News with Pele Chen. In today's news, processed foods is on the hit list. Did you know that processed food is the leading cause of constipation? But first, let me explain. Constipation does not mean that you don't go. In my opinion, it means that you are having slower movements. They are not arm's length, and you may not be going every single day. And in my opinion, we should go every single day on rising before consuming anything. It should be as long as your arm and should have no odor. And we like to call it aloe, A-L-O-E, arm's length odorless elimination. So, processing food reduces the amount of nutrients that are within the food. Once you add heat or extreme cold, you're affecting the food's chemistry. Often when food is altered, especially with high heat, enzymes are deactivated, vitamins are damaged, and even the proteins have been altered. Processed foods are actually connected to newborns having smaller craniums, deformed jaws, decayed and crooked teeth, and lower IQs as they grow. Now, products to avoid, like toaster strudels, the toaster pastries people tend to give their children every single morning, frozen microwavable products. If you're eating that every single day for lunch, that's a problem. Crackers, if you're having that every night with cheese maybe, and wine and grapes. Cookies, your snack. Maybe you snack on cookies every day. Pasta usually is a part of a lunch or a dinner. Cereals tend to be an every morning thing. Some people can't go a day without having cereal, and if I say don't eat cereal, they ask, what else can we eat? Well, there's so much to eat out there. Now, we could also avoid bleached flour and synthetic sugars and hydrogenated oils, especially things like dairy, including cheese, yogurt, the regular milk, raw milk, ice cream, butter, and dead animals. Yeah, even dead animals are considered processed food. I mean, if you think about it, people don't just, you can't grab an animal and just eat it as it is, right? You have to grab it, slit it open, take out the guts, clean it, take off the skin, the fur, the scales, and then you have to season it, and then you have to put it in the oven or on fire, or some people eat some of these meats raw. So it all depends on what you're consuming every single day. For example, I used to have 85% of my diet was processed foods. I would say for the first 30 years, processed foods was all I lived on. And during that time, I didn't have regular bowel movements. They came maybe once every other day, every 2 days, every 3 days. Having it once or twice a week, that was normal to me. I would get up in the morning, get ready for school, and I wouldn't make time to sit down and have a bowel movement then. And during the day, if I had an instinct, we didn't have time for that, I have to keep going to class, or had lunch, I had to go play a sport. There was always something to do to stop me from having a movement. It wasn't on the top of my list. So maybe when I got home in the evening I could find time, but then again, I really wasn't stimulated back then in the evening time. So I would have days when I didn't go, and I was making maybe pebbles or just a handful. And now in the past 12 years, they have now become arm's length and odor-free. And I'm proud to say that because there is such a thing. And this is how you know when your health is going to be better, because my health completely reversed 360 degrees when that started to happen. And this is the same I want for you. It's possible. It's just that you need to now change all this processed foods into real earth foods, live foods. Foods that have life, that have been given sunlight, rain, and earth. It's growing from the dirt. It gets the minerals from the dirt. We get the organic minerals, organic fiber. The fiber is the most important thing that is not in processed foods. And processed foods usually dehydrated. So we're usually just starving for water, and people tend to drink all this water and the body isn't absorbing it. Either you're bloating or you're peeing it right out. So keep that in mind as you go through your day. Ask yourself, what is the food doing to you? Are you having proper movements? And if they're not arm's length and odor-free and on rising every single morning before you consume something, then you might want to alter what it is you're consuming. I thank you for sitting and listening. Have a wonderful evening or day, morning, whatever time you're watching. Naturally Healing News with Pally Chen.